we've been looking at the DP and we find that a whole lot of structures are either missing or they've been wrongly indicated in the DP. And this is a little bit upsetting because the list is quite well established. We can't build a city out of nothing and ignore something that has been there for a long time, and the city has acknowledged it through creating a list. The list has gone through a whole process. Buildings develop and places develop around it based on that list. There are grading, a very structured grading process where certain things happen in a grade 1 building, certain things happen in grade 2, grade 3, precincts that talk about a way of life and a style and a skyline. All of this tends to be treated very in a lackadaisical and a slipshod and haphazard kind of manner. And what is worrying is that we can't understand the logic as to why certain things have been in, why certain things have been kept out. This speaks not just of an error of omission, but seems to indicate that somebody somewhere is looking to gain some advantage out of this process and using the DP as a means to create that kind of, and the end result would be a kind of a confusion in the whole thing. And so suddenly where I find where a road widening is proposed, they're not showing the heritage structures along that, and that seems to be scary because we know that the heritage structure is a structure in its site. It's a structure in its setting. A compound wall, the open space, the artifacts within that compound are equally important. And if we don't see that happening and we just allow this kind of mindless rush into a so-called kind of development that demands larger spaces for higher FSIs, we tend to lose out on a very, very vital aspect of our city. We can't build a city merely a city in the future. It's not a greenfield city. We build a city on our past, and we have to take that past along with us if we are to go anywhere into the future. And I think that's what we're looking for when we talk about heritage and the heritage aspects of the DP, which I find largely watered down and sometimes missing altogether in our city. I'm not even talking about the new list which started beyond the suburbs, which has not come in at all. Mount Mary's is a grade 1 heritage structure. Okay? We find that it's not marked at all as a grade 1 heritage structure. A grade 1 heritage structure commands an area of 100 meters around it, influence area. Anything that happens within 100 meters, and I've had small properties that are right down at the base of the steps, 100 meters away from the steps, and coming to us for permission and saying, sir, can I put up a residential building here, ground plus something, because it's 100 meters from Mount Mary's. It took us a little time to realize that it was 100 meters from the base of the steps, which also is a property. It's Mount Mary's, which is wonderful, iconic steps. Now the steps have been shown as a heritage structure, not grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. That's another lacunae. They're not mentioning the grade. But the steps have been shown as a heritage structure, but the main basilica is not showing up as a structure. And I believe, I don't know, but the main road that leads up to Mount Mary's is shown up for road widening. That road widening will take away the compound wall of Mount Mary's and bring up the road right up to the edge of the towers which are there. So I'm beginning to wonder, if they could show the steps, then why didn't they show the entire basilica? How can you leave out half of it? Perhaps the idea was that this road widening is coming inside, so it will come in the way of what we believe is the development. So don't show the Mount Mary's steps at all. Now, don't show Mount Mary's basilica at all. Well, as far as the steps is concerned, the steps have now been shown for a road widening. When did the steps become a road? That's not a step on which you run an automobile or a motor car. It's not meant for that purpose. And we finally find that it's shown as a road widening. So it's been read as a road, wrongly read as a road. More than that, from that road, another road is shown branching off to give access to properties beyond. We are well aware that our city is a vibrant city. We have heritage, we have VT, which is a World Heritage Site, and I think the only one perhaps in the world wherein it's a bustling day-to-day kind of transport corridor where a lot of trains come in and go out, and we were talking today about trains coming in 1 minute. Every train leaves and comes out of there in, I think, 2.5 minutes. So it's, besides being a World Heritage Site, it also is a bustling, up-to-date, functioning structure of our city, a vital structure of the infrastructure of our city. We have to learn to find the balance of dealing with that development, along with the fact that these are beautiful, iconic structures. And we have to get into that balance and try to work it out. Here, what I'm finding is that we are completely diluting the heritage as though the heritage is coming in the way of the development. And this is a very dangerous trend. If we don't build on our past, we will really have no future for this city.